Good afternoon, Performance Chiropractic family, Facebook family. This is Dr. Julie Bruns from Traverse City, Michigan, in Traverse City, Michigan. I am going to talk a little bit about text neck and what it means and how we can best avoid it. And it's a very common thing right now. And what actually about a month or two ago, maybe even on ABC News or NBC or one of those, they had a segment on it. And what we're starting to see in our field is very early changes in the alignment of your neck. So I'm going to turn sideways so that you can see it. So normally, as you develop and you start crawling, when you're a baby, your spine is forward in a C shape. And then as you start laying on your tummy and lifting your head up, you start developing that curve in your cervical spine or in your neck. And that allows for some give in your system when you're walking. It allows for some for your information to flow freely from your brain to your body. You also develop the opposite curve going backwards in your mid back, and then your low back goes forward. And what is happening to people and what we're seeing very early on is this forward curve, forward head shape. Well, I have it's a ball. It only weighs 4 pounds, but you'll get the principle of it. If I'm holding a ball in front of me and I hold it close to my body, I can hold it for a much longer period of time. But for each centimeter that I move my ball forward, it's going to be harder and harder for me to hold it for an extended period of time. Well, it's the same with your head. Your head is supposed to be sitting nice up top on top of your shoulders, but for each centimeter that I move forward, I add about 10 pounds of gravitational pull. So an average, or a head weighs, for an adult, weighs somewhere between 11 and 15, 16 pounds, depending on your size. So if you imagine that you all of a sudden, this one again is only 4 pounds, but if I just put 1 centimeter, very small period change forward, all of a sudden now I'm carrying 22 to 25 pounds of weight, which is a tremendous strain on the muscles. Well, that over time can actually lead to bone spurs, or arthritic changes is what it used to be called, and just general dysfunction. And we see a lot of people that come in and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm just so, my neck is hurting, I have headaches, I have dysfunction, I have all these different things going on. Thank you. And it really is, we're fighting an uphill battle, because we'll adjust and then you go right back to looking down. So a couple of hints on that is, if you're going to be on your phone or reading a book or reading on your tablet or whatever you're reading on, if you're sitting, sit up tall. Sit in your couch, sit up tall, and then put a pillow on your, hi Laura, put a pillow on, thank you, put a pillow on your knees so that when you're sitting, and I'm going to use my ball, so that when you're sitting, you have your arms bent at 90 degrees and the book is out in front of you, so that instead of looking down, you're looking straight ahead. Or if you'd like, lay on your stomach and lift your head up. You'll get sore if you do that for an extended period of time, but do that. I remember as a kid, that's how I would do a lot of reading. I'd lay on my stomach and I'd have my book out in front of me and I would read that way. It's a great way to create that backwards flexibility that so many of us are losing. We all become more and more forward bent like that. The same goes if you're carrying too much weight in your midsection. You're supposed to have the nice same smooth forward curve that you have in your neck, in your low back also. Well, if you're carrying a lot of extra weight, you might have pain in your low back, but it's really because of the weakness and the extra weight. And you can work your core, but it's really important to get that area in shape so that you don't have that constant stress. And the second thing that happens is, if you have an extra forward lean in your low back, what you'll see is your head will have to come forward also, because that counteracts what's happening in the low back. So it's really connected. So work on a couple of things that you can do is, like I said, put your book up, or your elbows up on a pillow on your knees so that you're looking straight ahead at it. laying on your stomach and reading with your head lifted up. Better yet, stop looking so much at your tablet or your phone. Put in headsets when you're talking to people, so you're not looking at your phone or having it up at your ear. There are some restoration moves that you can do. Simple one is laying on your bed with your head just gently, depending on the alignment in your neck. But it can be hi Stacy, very helpful to so Laura, I don't know if you guys can see it, but Laura just pointed out stethoscopes, or anybody that carries anything around their neck. Think about halter top type dresses. I think that's what they're called, the ones where you tie the knot in the back, or you have maybe a swimsuit or a bikini top that has a knot in the top back of you. That constant weight. But the stethoscope, anytime you have a constant weight on the back of your neck, it creates a tension and an irritation. So if you lay in your bed, you can put your head just so that it's just barely hanging over the edge, and just create a little bit of traction, or a big yoga ball, leaning back over it, creating that backward nice. You'll feel so. Most people, when we talk about this at the office, they're like, oh my gosh, this feels so good. And it's because it opens up, hi Jody, hi Jessica, it opens up your nerve system, and it allows your body to breathe, and it allows your nerve system to take control of your body again. I actually just had a really interesting case with a guy that he had developed palsy in his eye and couldn't open his eye, and it was turned to the outside. And after a while that corrected. But the other thing that he noticed was that he had developed this cough. And when he starts working on opening his neck up, that irritation, that cough diminishes. So it's kind of an interesting thing too, because your nerve system controls and regulates all those things that are going on in your throat. So a couple of helpful hints. Of course, getting adjusted is a key to helping create that motion and proper alignment in your neck. But a few things that you can do on your own. I promise you, your body will thank you for not having that forward strain and stress on your neck. So this is Dr. Julie Bronze wishing you a phenomenal Sunday, and thank you so much for everybody that's been posting in our bucket list challenge. It's been really fun to see everything that you're doing, and this next week we have a really fun bonus point challenge coming up that involves our new team member. So have a phenomenal rest of your Sunday, and keep your head nice and tall. Hi Elizabeth, I'm going to hang up now. Have a great Sunday.